I'm Jessica.
And today we are here to read our most anticipated book of the year as of, like, what?
A month
last
ago.
week? For you. For me, I've waited a year for this and just a moment for the Barnes & Noble exclusive along with this. Yes. 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 Yes.
Way to make use of the space.
Gorgeous, gorgeous girl. If you don't know, this is a spin-off series of Caraval titled Once Upon a Broken Heart. This is the last book in the trilogy. This will be spoiler-free for anyone's entertainment, but we will have a spoiler section at the end because I know I'm probably going to feel some certain way. I don't know if it's going to be
certain way.
I don't know if it's going to be really angry. I don't know if I'm going to be happy. I don't know if I'm going to cry. Yada yada. So. Here we go.
So
Any thoughts? Any feelings?
I just want to know why Jax eats apples.
Same.
That's like what I'm honestly here for.
Evangeline. Psh.
Yeah.
Apples. Yes.
Yeah.
Please tell me what's going on. This book is, for those of you that don't know, multiple POV. First.
It's also the shortest of the three.
Yeah, it's the shortest, and it's multiple POV, which is the first in this trilogy to be multiple POV.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared.
Caraval was multiple POV, right?
Yeah, but in this series...
Yeah, I was just trying to
It
remember.
wasn't... I don't think it was multiple except for the third one.
Yeah. So maybe that's her...
I guess.
Her trend.
I would have loved everyone's perspective in all of them, but I'll take what I can get. I'm very curious.
Yep. So last night we read about
50 pages?
Yeah.
Before I passed out.
Not a lot has happened.
No, but this does take place exactly, like literally seconds, where the last book
ended.
Yeah, and I'm very glad it did. I was kind of worried there was going to be some sort of time jump, because I think that would have made me upset.
It's also going to be really hard to talk about this book because anything could potentially be a spoiler because it's the third in a series. So if you haven't read the other two, like, you don't know anything.
No. But you can laugh at my facial expressions, and then when I get you to read this, you won't be laughing. You'll be crying with me.
Okay. Not me, but probably you.
I cry internally, you know? Like...
I only cry if there's an animal involved.
We know. So yeah. We have one copy to share between the two of us, so I'm not sure how long this is going to take to read. But the print is fairly large.
It's a fast read, too. Like, all of her books are...
You're never bored.
Yeah. They're easy to understand. It's also, I would say, like, if you haven't dipped your toes into the fantasy genre, this would be a good place to start, or Caraval.
I suggest reading Caraval first.
Yeah.
I will die on that hill.
So I read, this is kind of a sidebar, but I read the first book in the Caraval series, and I didn't finish it years ago, like probably when it first came out. And then I wanted to read this because I wanted to read it with Emmalynn, but she was like, no, you have to read Caraval. You have to finish Caraval. And I was like, I've heard people say you don't have to. Now I literally don't know how anyone could say you don't have to read the Caraval series first, because there are so many things that you need to know that happen in the Caraval series that play into this.
What, like, okay, everyone knows about Jax in this book. And what happens to him in the Carvel series is the plot point of this book.
It affects everything.
It would just completely spoil it if you had any interest at all.
Yeah.
And
for me personally, so far, I mean, I haven't read this one yet, but I actually like the Carvel series better. So I feel like you're selling yourself short on a really magical, whimsy reading experience if you don't read the Carvel trilogy first.
I feel like they have same vibes, but to me, they are nothing alike.
Yeah.
At all. Like, they're in the same world, and the writing is amazing in both, but that's where it's like one is much darker than the other.
Yeah, this is more dark, and it's more like fairy tale folklore heavy, more, even though there's romance in Carvel too, and that's a main plot, I feel like it's heavier in this one. I feel like the magic in
it's so
Carvel
hard to explain.
Yeah,
because there's
so
romance in this, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Relational.
Yeah, that's
really
true. The magic in Carvel is what just really, I loved it so much. Anyways, I'm so excited to read this, obviously.
Yeah. I'm scared.
And I need closure. And I feel like, based on what I've seen people say, you do get closure, so.
I, want closure, but I'm not accepting the fact that this is the last one. I hope she keeps writing in this world, because I think there's lots to explore. Mm-hmm. Especially within, the vampires. I'd love a book about the vampires.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we'll get to reading now. Okay. So, we're here for a check-in a little late in the game.
200 pages later.
Yeah.
But
it's fine. We haven't finished. We're going to finish today. We're having to share the book, so that's kind of annoying, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to buy two.
Let me just say, I have one thought and one thought only. The multiple POV. Eating it up.
Yes. It was a great choice.
Love it. I freaking hate Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't read the third book yet, or the second one, maybe you don't know why, but don't get attached. Okay?
No, he's a major ick.
Just, ew.
He just gets progressively more unhinged.
Yeah.
And
not in a funny way.
No.
Like a disturbing way.
He is the mental.
He is like a sociopath, but it's okay.
Yeah. He got mental and got wasted and wasted.
But you know what? I'm proud of Evangeline. Mm-hmm. She's not as naive in this book, which has also been fun because she's getting sassier by the page.
Yeah, and she's
really
questioning things instead of just accepting things for face value. She's no, this doesn't feel right. I'm gonna find out why.
But this book, I feel like not that much has really happened in a broad sense. If you were just what's the plot of this book, I wouldn't have much to tell you. But I swear I turned one page and it's 100 pages later.
Yeah, it's very fast-paced.
So good. I'm just...
And it took about...
Love it.
How many chapters did it take for Jax to enter the scene?
I feel maybe 10.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But,
because it's nothing,
10 chapters
and
in this
then
book is 60 pages.
Chapter 10, Jax POV, and you're what's up, finally?
I thought it was a dual POV, and then it was a rip-off.
But I'm really liking it so far. I like the direction that it's going, and I'm hoping to really love the ending and get a happy ending, but we'll see.
It's if the ending isn't happy, I just hope there's another spin-off.
No, it's
That's
gonna
all
be
I can
happy.
hope.
It's going to be.
It is. I don't know.
I know it.
I don't trust her.
Yeah. We'll hold out. I'm holding out hope.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna binge read the rest of it today. We'll come back in with a final check-in and our final thoughts.
And then we'll have a spoiler section.
Yeah, at the end of the video, we'll have some spoilers. And we'll put a little disclaimer of where that will be, but...
Vocal, visual. we'll let you know.
Yeah. I'm scared.
Me too. It's like, I really have been wanting to read this book, but I'm like, let's just live in La La Land. It's nothing bad's gonna happen.
It's like you want to finish it because you want to know what happens, but at the same time you don't want to finish it because you don't want it to end.
But also, I'm not good at reading more than one book at once, so it's like I read this book or I don't read at all.
I feel like I'm reading the other book that I'm reading, which is One Dark Window, but I'm thinking about.
Yeah, we just need to knock it out. And you know what? We can always reread it. No shame.
That's true.
No shame.
Okay. We'll be back after some more progress is made. And we have ate some lunch. Bye.
Like that.
Final thoughts. We just finished. I had the genius idea of taking pictures of the pages so we didn't have to share the book. The last 100 plus pages, I took pictures of them and read them off of my phone because mothers make sacrifices. And so even though I bought the book, I let her read
I did not even act like I was the one that had to read the book.
But I just did it because it was my genius idea. So and then I'm like, why don't I do this more often, you know? When there's a book you own physically, but for whatever reason you can't get the Kindle version, why not just take a picture of the pages? Anyways, so we're done. It ended perfectly, except I just want more.
I don't really know what to say. Go read it. You won't be sad. I was worried I would be sad. Bro. So stop acting like a cat.
Right now. Okay, let's say what we thought about it spoiler free first.
Okay.
So
I loved it.
I loved it. I thought it ended well. It wrapped everything up perfectly. However, there were a few things that I wish would have been explained a little further.
I feel like she did it on purpose, and I don't know why yet. It's not the fact that she had so many plots that she forgot. Like, there wasn't plot holes unless she did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Because all her books are like that. Do I hate her for it? Yes. Well, I read them anyway.
Yes, obviously. Without a doubt.
So, it's not like she's a bad author, as in she didn't explain things.
Or she, used some stupid thing as a... You know how, authors will be like, oh, I need to explain that. It was a ghost.
Yeah. Paranormal.
Yeah. It wasn't like that. It was just things I wish would have been elaborated on further. So that would be my only critique, and it's not really a critique because I feel like she is going to continue this world based on something that's said at the end.
She said she was going to release a different book this year instead of this one and make everyone wait 2 years, and then she decided to be nice. So that means another book is, at least the draft is done.
Okay, so now we will get to the spoiler.
Okay.
The spoiler section. So if you haven't read the book yet, or you haven't read any of the books in the series, don't go to this part, because we're going to talk about things that happen in this book. So,
First off, the apples.
the apple thing was not explained.
Thoughts? Any feelings?
I just want to know why Jax eats apples.
So,
That was one of the biggest mysteries I was hoping would be elaborated on, and it wasn't. So, that was kind of disappointing. It was just like put in a box and tied up.
and she really loves to play on the whole endings are cursed thing,
Yes.
and you don't know what's real, and I just...
But, okay, so let's just talk about the overall plot. So,
There wasn't really one.
It was more of
But
a
I
story
loved it.
for sure. But I did like the fact that Apollo was to blame for her memories being missing and not Jax, because that kind of bothered me.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, I'm sure, how the second book ended, and so he felt like he did the right thing by keeping or bringing her back to life, but then it cost him doing something wrong to her. Like that he was responsible and not Jax. That's what I was saying. I liked that Lala entered the
Chat.
chat again. That was good. We're hoping that
That was him.
maybe there will be like a spin-off story about her.
What I am confused about is in the first few chapters, you know, Evangeline is being checked out by the doctors, and one of the physicians is the author of the newspaper, or writer,
Right.
whatever.
Christoph
And he says to
something.
contact her, and then she's not allowed to leave, and then nothing ever happens.
That was like a... That's
So, like-
true. That's like a big hole. I didn't really think about that.
At first, I don't know. If it wouldn't have said his name, I would have thought it was Jax.
Yeah, it's almost like
But I don't know.
it was like alluded to him having like some valuable information that if he gave it to her, then it would like trigger her memories, or
Yeah.
like he was gonna help her or something. But then nothing ever happened with that. It just like
I
completely
don't know
didn't
if
pan
I'm
out.
crazy and like it wasn't really Kristoff. I don't know. Was it Jax somehow?
Yeah, I
I
don't
literally
know.
have no idea.
Also, I feel like we read this so fast that we probably missed some.
But I really don't feel like that much happened plot wise.
Yeah.
Like the plot was Evangeline.
Yeah.
She's the plot. We don't need anything else.
What else? What else was kind of surprising? The tree.
That was cool.
That was cool. The tree with Apollo, and I was like, there's no one he loves more than himself, and then bam, he did. Wolfric knew what he was doing.
Popping off.
He had
Aurora's psycho. I
Yes.
feel like we're gonna have. She's not done yet.
Okay, so I think it would be cool if Lala had a story in which like her and Dane somehow reconciled their situation. I'm not quite sure I understand all of that.
But like
Like,
again,
he's-
I don't feel like we're supposed to.
He can turn into a dragon, and he was locked in the thing, the vault, the arch, whatever, and now he's out. So like, if he's out,
But I don't know if she still has her curse because Jax still had his.
yeah.
I know she's giving us as much information as she wants us to have.
Also, like,
and it's rude.
if Jax is a fate and Evangeline isn't, does that mean Evangeline is going to age and Jax isn't?
I was thinking about that too, but I'm just into Lulu because it's the Salulu, you know?
I mean, is she going to become immortal at some point?
Or he's gonna not? I don't
Or,
know.
yeah, he's gonna
Because
lose
he
his
wasn't
immortality?
originally a fate.
Right.
So now that the curse is broken, is he not a fate anymore?
I don't know. How do we know? It wasn't, like, again, I feel like it ended well. It gave you the ending that you wanted, which was obviously them ending up together. but it didn't.
Answer.
It didn't. Okay, like the apple thing. It was put in a box and like tied up, but it wasn't like put in a box and tied up, and you're never gonna like come back and open that box again. You know, you're gonna go back to that box and open it and be like, did I miss something? Is there more in the box? Same kind of thing with this. Like,
yeah.
Okay, they're running a little inn together. Like, maybe we could have a spin-off of them. It's like it's giving
Donatella and Scarlett just roll up at the inn. Next book.
Ken and Loser. So we're going shopping. No. Also, it's
to flex on
the
Tella.
inn thing. Them running an inn is giving me like, what's that book?
Shady Hollow?
No. It's about like the org.
Legends of
An
Mortes.
orc. And yes, it's giving that, like, they have this, like, magical adventure. They escape death, like, multiple times, and now they're just gonna run an inn.
That sounds great to me.
And, I mean, their house is still, like, magical and has a mind of its own, I guess, so there's that.
Yeah.
But, like, there's gotta be more, you know? There just has to be more.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, okay, overall, I would say this is a 5-star series for me.
Okay.
If I was going to rate the books individually,
5.
would I give, it's like together, for me, together they make 5 stars. I don't know if I would say, I don't know what I would say. Stand by, I don't know, I still think I like the Carvel series.
I think I like the plot
Better,
more, but
yes.
I'm so attached to these
Yes,
characters.
that's true.
Like, they're just all such individuals. And I feel like they have more to do with each other. Like, I very much view Carvel as Donatella and her mans and Scarlett and her mans, and then they're just... Eventually they're all alive, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much traveling in this book. I love it.
That's true.
I love a good map.
The map is iconic.
Anyways.
Okay, I don't know what more to say
What am I
except
supposed to read?
when is she going to write something else?
I think she already did.
Oh, I know what I was
saying.
gonna. Another thing I was gonna say. I was trying to find the page where it said this. Oh yeah, the last line. Other stories were
Yeah.
brewing in the magnificent north. That that means she's writing more about this series for sure. Like,
Well, I mean, she openly said there was a book that was supposed to come out this year
okay,
instead
well, where
of
is
this
it?
one.
Where is it?
And she
Where is
changed
it?
She's nice.
I need something for Christmas. Yeah.
It's not coming this year.
Okay, for my birthday. It could be my birthday present. It just come out at the beginning of...
It's like the most romantic non-romance book I've ever read.
That's true.
Like, how is it so lovey-dovey and there's, like, this is the only book with really romance. It's crazy.
They're like...
The pining.
Yeah. They're
Iconic.
like enemies, but not. But sort of, but not really.
We just need to shut up.
Yeah. Okay. Those are our final thoughts of The Ballad of the Arch. No, not The Ballad of the Arch.
I mean, it is.
It is. What is this book called? A Curse for True Love. Those are our final thoughts. Let us know if you have read this yet or if you plan on reading it. And if you're not planning on reading it, why? What's stopping you? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Just take the plunge, do it. You won't regret it, I promise. And you can just buy all 3 of them right now and just bam, bam, bam. You know?
I don't know why those books give me winter vibes, or like when like the frost is starting to melt vibes.
That's true.
I don't know why.
You're right. You're right.
But,
you're right.
you know, you should just read it.
Yeah.
Because it's Christmas now, so, you know.
Okay, well, now we're on to find something else to read to fill the void in our hearts that is left by Jax. So, until next time, bye-bye.